Oh, it finally happened. The meltdown nobody saw coming but everybody secretly wanted. Karlissa CRIES, Blueface's forever feuding mom, just had a full emotional collapse after the DNA truth about Christian Jair exploded online, and let me tell you, this revelation hit harder than one of Christian's right hooks on Zeus. We're talking tears, chaos, deleted posts, and Bino going absolutely savage on Blueface like he's auditioning for the next season of Love and Hip-Hop. Hell Edition. The internet's already calling it the Maury show of the decade, except this time, Maury ain't hosting, the streets are. Because when that DNA truth dropped, Karlissa went from I told y'all so energy to full Jesus take the Wi-Fi breakdown in seconds. And just when he thought it couldn't get messier, Bino stepped in swinging, not with fists, but with receipts, shade. And a diss so sharp it could slice Blueface's ego in half. This isn't just family drama anymore, this is generational warfare with Instagram lives as weapons. So buckle up, because this saga's got everything. DNA twists, family betrayal, leaked calls, and enough emotional damage to fuel 10 reality shows. Welcome to the scandal that broke the internet and Karlissa Wright. Along with it, let's rewind this viral circus back to where the madness began, before the tears, before the DNA bombshell, before Bino turned into the internet's new favorite savage. Because this didn't just pop up overnight. This story has been cooking for months, slow burning like a pot of toxic gumbo mixed with pride, denial, and a pinch of delusion. The players? You already know them. Karlissa CRIES, the queen of chaos herself, a woman who can turn a family group chat into an FBI interrogation. Blueface, her son, her headache, her forever drama magnet. And then, of course, Christian Rock, the storm disguised as a human, the woman who can make Zeus network ratings rise just by sneezing. Add Who Trophy Bino, the wild card who's been hanging in the background, watching it all like he's narrating his own revenge documentary, and boom, you've got a plot thicker than Blueface's criminal record. It all started when whispers about Christian Jair's DNA results began circulating. The rumor mill fired up when a supposed family insider claimed the results weren't what everyone expected. Screenshots popped up faster than Karlissa could type. See, I told y'all. But nobody knew what was real yet. Then someone, allegedly from Bino's circle, hinted that the truth was about to come out, and it would shake up the Harris household and humble a rapper. That one cryptic post had the internet working overtime. Twitter detectives pulled up every clip of Blueface questioning paternity, every video of Karlissa calling Christian a liar, and every meltdown Christian ever had since childbirth, which, to be fair, was about 30-7. Then it happened. The leak. A blurred screenshot, supposedly of the DNA results, surfaced online. Fans zoomed in like they were cracking national security codes. The words 99.99% sent shockwaves across the internet. If this was real, and it looked pretty damn real, that meant Christian Jr. was officially Blueface's son. Case closed. The irony? Karlissa had spent the last year acting like a one-woman investigation unit trying to prove otherwise. Every interview, every Instagram rant, every tweet, she swore she knew in her spirit that baby wasn't Blue's. Now, the same internet that once cheered her on was roasting her like Sunday barbecue. Karlissa's reaction was instant and explosive. She went live, trembling voice, red eyes, lashes hanging on for dear life, ranting about how she ain't never been wrong. But this one got her. She started crying, saying she felt betrayed by God and genetics. Fans flooded the chat. Some offered sympathy. Others typed comments like, DNA test, 1. Karlissa, 0. It was a digital funeral for her pride, and just when it looked like she might calm down, Bino entered the chat, and that's when this saga turned from drama to historic meltdown. See? Bino had been quiet for weeks, watching the whole Blueface Christian Karlissa circus unfold. But once that DNA truth dropped, he went full scorched earth. He started posting cryptic lines like, "The truth hurt, but lies kill." Then followed it up with, "Y'all raise monsters and call 'em family." Everyone knew who he meant. Within hours, he uploaded a clip of himself in the studio, dropping bars that were basically aimed straight at Blueface's forehead. How you rap out loyalty but couldn't even stand by your seed? Fans went crazy. Comment sections filled with Bino 8. The hashtags #DNA and drama and #Karlissa crying challenge started trending. People began remixing her emotional live with sad piano music and Bino's diss lines playing over it. The internet had no chill. But let's be real, Karlissa's breakdown wasn't just about the DNA. It was about control. For years, she's been the self-appointed narrator of the Blueface saga. She built her entire online identity around calling out her son's mess, his girlfriends, and anyone who dared challenge her throne. But this time, the truth didn't just slip through her fingers. It slapped her right across the face, and instead of sympathy, the internet dragged her mercilessly. One fan tweeted, "Karlissa crying harder than Blueface's rap career." Another said, "She was so sure the baby wasn't his, now she gotta send a gift card to Christian Jr." Brutal, meanwhile. Christian was living her best life, posting selfies with captions like, "God don't play about me." She didn't even have to say Karlissa's name. The shade was crystal clear. Every post was a victory lap. Blueface, on the other hand, went radio silent, which for him is unheard of. No tweets, no lives, no posts. Fans started joking that he was in witness protection with his pride. But his silence only fueled speculation. People wondered if he was embarrassed, relieved, or plotting his next PR stunt. And just when everyone thought the storm was cooling off, Bino dropped another bomb, an Instagram live that would make reality TV producers weep with joy. He said, "Y'all keep playing with my name, but I ain't the one who got caught lying to the world. Blue gotta learn how to handle being a father before he keeps pretending to be one." The comments section exploded like popcorn. Bino wasn't just shading, he was bearing. Fans started calling him the people's voice for saying what everyone else was thinking. And let's be honest, Bino was saying what the whole internet had been whispering for months. Blueface had built his entire brand off drama, yet now, the drama had turned on him. By the end of that night, you couldn't scroll 2 seconds without seeing Karlissa crying, Bino ranting, and Christian smiling like she just won a custody battle against destiny itself. The moral of the day? DNA doesn't lie. But apparently everybody else does. And as the dust started to settle, people thought the saga might finally calm down. But this is Blueface family territory. Peace doesn't live here. Because behind the tears and the trending memes, something even darker was brewing. Karlissa wasn't done. Bino wasn't backing off. And Blueface? He was about to make the worst move possible. The calm before the storm had just begun, and this time, the internet was front row for the explosion. You'd think after the DNA truth detonated across the internet, the Harris household would have gone quiet. You'd think Karlissa would have taken a social media vacation, maybe booked a spa day, maybe stopped crying into her ring light. But no, that would be too normal for this family. What came next made the first explosion look like a warm-up act. Within 24 hours of her meltdown, Karlissa was back online, mascara still smudged, lashes barely holding on, voice trembling between rage and heartbreak. She wasn't apologizing. She wasn't reflecting. She was doubling down. "I don't care what no papers say," she declared. "I know my spirit don't lie. That baby don't look like my blood." Boom, the internet gasped in collective disbelief. This woman just challenged science with spiritual DNA. Twitter renamed her Dr. Karlissa, PhD in delusion. Memes flooded timelines. One showed her arguing with a test tube. Another had her saying, "God said 0%. She was getting roasted harder than Blueface's verses. But the chaos didn't stop there. Bino saw her live, laughed, and decided to light another match. He posted a cryptic tweet. Some folks pray loudest when they guilty. Fans knew instantly who he meant. A few minutes later, he followed up with a video, a grainy clip of himself in the studio, saying, "They fake cry for followers, I spit truth for respect." That single post turned comment sections into war zones. Half the internet sided with Bino, calling him the only one brave enough to check Blue's family. The other half accused him of using Karlissa's breakdown for clout. Either way, his follower count shot up overnight. Then, as if summoned by chaos itself, Blueface finally spoke. He tweeted just 5 words. "Y'all believe anything you'll see." That was it. No denial, no apology, no clarification. Just 5 words and 1,000 conspiracy theories. Was he talking about the DNA? About Bino? About Karlissa? Nobody knew. But that didn't stop people from inventing answers. Every blog twisted it differently. Blueface calls DNA results fake. Blueface denies being JR's father. Blueface subtweets his own mama. The headlines multiplied like rabbits on Red Bull. Meanwhile, Christian Rock was out here thriving. She posted a selfie holding baby Junior, glowing like a woman who just won a decade-long court case. Caption: God always spins the block. The shade was subtle but nuclear. Fans flooded her comments. She got the last laugh. Karlissa in shambles. Bino her new hero. Now here's where things turned cinematic. Because Bino didn't just stop at shade. He went on live and spilled tea hotter than a boiling pot in Boosie's kitchen. He said, Bluebin knew the baby was his, he just didn't want to admit it cause he's scared of losing control. Then added, his mom being everybody business like she the family manager when really she the family problem. The internet exploded. That quote alone became a trending sound on TikTok. Influencers were reenacting it with wigs and baby dolls. One creator even made a parody music video called Family Problem feat. DNA. Karlissa predictably lost it again. She went on yet another live, her third breakdown in 2 days, saying, that boy Bino ain't never been in this family. He just mad cause Blue cut him off. Then she started crying again, blaming the devil and the D-Muse for turning everyone against her. At this point, fans didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or call Dr. Phil. Someone commented, this woman needs a hug and a therapist with security clearance. But Bino wasn't done. He dropped a freestyle, yes, a whole diss track titled DNA Don't Lie. The lyrics were brutal. You hid from your son while you flaunted your chain. Now your mama out here looking insane. Within hours, it hit 1 million views. Every bar was a dagger aimed at Blueface's pride. Bloggers started calling it the diss track that broke the family. Even hip-hop pages picked it up, saying Bino had more authenticity in one verse than Blueface had all year. And Blueface? He finally cracked. He jumped on live with that signature smirk and said, man, y'all believe these nobodies? DNA or not, I run my household. But the comments dragged him relentlessly. One said, bro, you don't even run your Instagram, calm down. Another wrote, your mama crying, your ex celebrating, your homie rapping, what household you running? His attempt at control backfired spectacularly. The live was screen recorded, remixed, and memed fade within minutes. People paired his rant with dramatic background music, calling it Blueface, the documentary nobody asked for. Meanwhile, Karlissa was spiraling deeper. She posted screenshots of private text, claiming she'd been warning Blue for months that the devil's plan was unfolding. One of those screenshots accidentally revealed she was texting herself. The internet roasted her alive. Karlissa got an imaginary assistant now, someone tweeted. Another said, she arguing with her own phone, DNA got her glitching. But here's the wild part, instead of feeling embarrassed, she leaned into it. She started calling herself Karlissa the Prophet, saying she knew betrayal was coming before the results even dropped. She even posted a picture of herself praying with the caption, God told me not all blood is family. Fans joked. Not God subtweeting Blueface through Karlissa. By this point, every celebrity gossip page was milking the saga dry. Hollywood Unlocked, The Shade Room, No Jumper. Every blogger with Wi-Fi was covering Karlissa versus the DNA. Even Zeus Network threw shade, posting a cryptic tweet, we told y'all family drama pays the bills. And in the background, Christian kept winning. She went live laughing, saying, it's funny how I was crazy until science said I wasn't. Then she blew a kiss to the camera and ended the stream. That one sentence turned her from villain to vindicated mother of the year in the eyes of fans. Meanwhile, Bino was trending again. He started selling DNA Don't Lie t-shirts. They sold out in under 2 hours. He thanked fans, saying, y'all see the truth now. The fake crumble, the real remain. And yes, he tagged Blueface. That's when Blueface completely lost his cool. He went on another rant, claiming Bino wasn't even family and wouldn't be nothing without me. Bino replied with a screenshot of Blue's DM from months ago, saying, bro, help me fix this PR mess. Mike dropped out. The crowd went wild. Commenters declared Bino the petty king. Karlissa's meltdown count hit 4. Blueface's silence hit zero. By the end of that week, the saga had gone beyond gossip. It was pop culture history. Fans weren't even calling it the Blueface drama anymore. They were calling it the DNA Chronicles. YouTubers started uploading timelines, podcasts were doing deep dives, and everyone online had an opinion. Was Karlissa a victim of embarrassment or the architect of her own downfall? Was Blueface a clueless rapper or a manipulative son dodging accountability? Was Bino a hero or a chaos agent? Nobody could agree, but everyone was watching because this story wasn't just about a test. It was about legacy, loyalty, and the raw, unfiltered truth that when family feuds go public, there are no winners, only content. And if you thought Karlissa's crying was the grand finale, oh, you're in for a plot twist so wild it could crush the internet all over again, because the next thing that happened didn't just break her heart, it shattered every illusion about who really runs this family. Just when you thought this DNA drama had hit its final peak, Karlissa crying, Bino rapping, Blueface ranting, the universe said, hold my phone, because the real twist hadn't even dropped yet. The final act of this chaos trilogy made everything before it look like a warm-up for the apocalypse. It started when a private family group chat got leaked. Screenshots appeared online showing Karlissa, Blueface, and a couple of relatives arguing over who leaked the paperwork. One message allegedly from Blueface read, I told y'all to stop talking online, now look. Karlissa replied, you embarrassed me in front of the whole world for that girl. And then the cherry on top, Bino popped in saying, should have listened when I said the truth always wins. The internet went into cardiac arrest. The messages looked too real. Fans debated whether they were fake, but the phrasing, the typos, the nicknames had everyone convinced. This ain't AI, one fan tweeted. That's Karlissa's drama grammar. Karlissa, instead of denying it, doubled down again. She went on live, furious, eyes puffy, shouting, I said what I said, and if my son want to choose a liar over his mama, then let him suffer. She even threw her phone halfway through, came back and said, I bought another one. Ain't nobody gon' silence me. The internet didn't know whether to laugh or call an exorcist. Someone tweeted, Karlissa breaks phones the way Blueface breaks hearts. Meanwhile, Bino dropped what fans called the knockout blow. He posted a clip on X saying, you can lie to fans, lie to your mama, but DNA don't lie. That baby's yours. Be a man. Then he tagged both Blueface and Chrissy Mike. Dropped out, the internet melted. That clip hit millions of views within hours. YouTubers made hour-long reactions. Podcast hosts called it the clapback of the century. Even celebrities started chiming in. 5% commented, this the type of drama I greenlight for TV. Tamer Braxton wrote, View. Family therapy ain't enough for this. And someone even got a fake Zeus trailer trending titled DNA Wars, the Saffold Saga. While all this was going on, Blueface tried to stay calm. He tweeted something cryptic like, everybody play victim when they get caught lying. But fans weren't buying it. His replies were ruthless. Caught lying about what, paternity or parenting? Another said, you need Maury and a therapist, bro. And then came the unthinkable. A second DNA report surfaced online, allegedly showing that an earlier test Karlissa was referencing had been fake all along, doctored by someone trying to stir the pot. Translation: Karlissa's proof that the baby wasn't Blue's? Total nonsense. The irony was so thick you could cut it with Christian's nail. Karlissa had spent a year fighting science with superstition, only for science to clap back twice. Fans said she needed to go on tour with Dr. Oz and Dr. Umar for emotional support. The memes went nuclear. One had Karlissa standing next to Maury with the caption, "You are not the geneticist." Another had Blueface holding the DNA paper with the quote, "When karma finally prints receipts." And yet, even through the roasting, there was something almost tragic about it. Because Karlissa wasn't just crying over the baby, she was crying over control. For years, she'd been the puppet master, the loudest voice in the Blueface universe. But now her son, her enemies, and the internet had flipped the script. In the court of public opinion, she wasn't the matriarch anymore, she was the meme. And if there's one thing worse than losing control in this era, it's becoming the punchline. Then came Christian's final blow. She went left calm, collected with baby Junior in her lap, and said, "I don't need nobody's approval. My son's daddy know the truth. God knew the truth. The DNA proved the truth. So everybody who doubted us can go cry with Karlissa. Who doubted us can go cry with Karlissa." Boom, that clip spread faster than wildfire. Fans flooded her comments with, "The Queen spoke." Even people who used to call her crazy were now saying, "She handled this like a boss." Bino reposted it on his story with 3 words, "Truth always wins." Blueface, realizing the tide had turned, tried to pivot. He suddenly posted a photo with baby Junior, smiling, captioning it, "My lil twin." But by then, it was too late. Fans called it damage control. One said, "He only posting the baby cause Bino cooked him." And let's talk about Bino, the man turned from background character to main event. His freestyle, DNA Don't Lie, hit streaming platforms and charted regionally. He booked 2 interviews, gained millions of new followers, and became the internet's new favorite anti-hero. Reporters started calling him the street therapist Blueface didn't know he needed. He played it cool, saying, "I don't do drama, I do truth," which is ironic, because that truth just made him more famous than half the people involved. Meanwhile, Karlissa's live sessions kept getting wilder. She started quoting Bible verses mid-rant, saying things like, "Even Jesus' mama was doubted." The comment section was split between amen and ma'am. Log off. At one point, she claimed her phone was hacked by fans of darkness trying to silence her. The internet was crying tears of laughter. Someone said Karlissa versus DNA, the final boss. But underneath all that madness was the real tragedy. This family wasn't just breaking publicly. They were breaking permanently. You could see it in Blueface's face during his next live. He wasn't cocky. He looked tired. Like the fame, the feuds, the fights had finally caught up. Even Boosie Baddies chimed in, saying, "Man, y'all gotta get off the internet with this family business. Y'all turning trauma into trends." Which, coming from Boosie, is like a fireman saying it's too hot by week's end. Every headline read the same thing. DNA truth ends Blueface family feud, or does it? Karlissa had gone silent. Not the usual "I'll be back in 12 hours" silent, but eerily quiet. Her last post was a black screen with the caption, "Sometimes God isolates you before he elevates you." Fans didn't know if she was hinting at peace or plotting another comeback. Bino was celebrating quietly, posting pictures with his team and subtle jabs like, "No cap, no chaos, just facts." Christine was glowing. Blueface was rebuilding his PR, and Karlissa, well, she was probably somewhere arguing with a mirror, because no matter how many DNA tests get printed, this family's real issue isn't biology, it's ego. The kind of ego that makes people fight science, loyalty, and even love just to be right online. The DNA truth didn't fix anything. It just revealed who was willing to lose everything to defend a lie. And if you think this is the end of the Blueface Christian Karlissa Bino saga, you clearly don't know how this family works. Scandal is their love language. Drama is their brand. So buckle up, because if history repeats itself, and it always does in this family, the next chapter will drop faster than Karlissa can type, "I told y'all." The DNA may have settled the truth, but it unleashed a storm that's nowhere near over. This wasn't closure. This was just the season finale. And there you have it, the family feud that made every reality show look like a church picnic. From Karlissa's tear-soaked lives to Bino's lyrical body bags, to Blueface trying to play damage control like a man who just realized DNA stands for did not anticipate. This wasn't just drama, it was pure, unfiltered, 4K grade chaos served hot with a side of family trauma. The kind of mess you can't make up even if you tried. A mother's meltdown, a rapper's reckoning, and a baby who single-handedly humbled an entire bloodline. But now I've got to ask you, who do you think came out on top in this family civil war? Was Karlissa just a heartbroken mom fighting for her pride? Was Bino the unexpected truth-teller who exposed the empire of lies? Or did Christian just pull off the greatest revenge arc in hip-hop baby mama history? Drop your theories, predictions, and savage one-liners in the comments below, because I'm reading every one of them, popcorn in hand. And before you scroll away like you didn't just binge this saga, smash that like button like Karlissa smashed her phone. Hit subscribe like Blueface hits go live, and ring that notification bell so hard it files for a restraining order. Because on this channel, the tea never cools. It boils over daily. We break the scandals they try to bury, decode the leaks they hope you forget, and drag the truth out kicking and screaming with a designer bag and an attitude. Stay tuned, because in this world, every silence is suspicious. Every family dinner is a disaster, and every DNA test is just the trailer for the next episode. You're watching Trend Tattle, where the truth doesn't just come out, it comes with receipts.